Hello and welcome everyone to a Fantasy Baseball Palazzo podcast. Two L's, two Z's. I'm your host today, Britton Allan, for our fabulous waiver wire show. Mike V sends his regrets. He couldn't be here. He was having to take care of a child last night, so he was a little under the weather. But I said, I'm still going on. It's seeing all the folks and saying hello because I wrote down a bunch of players that I wanted to talk about. So I hope everyone is having a great day. Happy Sunday. I got my coffee right here, my Nupresso coffee, not a sponsor. I wish they were, but Nupresso, I love you. So delicious. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Thank you, people, for jumping on. Wonderful to see you. So without further ado, let's just hop right in. There are only, I think, 5 weeks left of Fab. I mean, we're getting to the nitty gritty, to the end of the fantasy baseball season, which is kind of bittersweet. Big Head Todd, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. That's a 1990s band. Anyway, so we're close, is what I'm saying. And fantasy football is about to start. So, people that are in, 5th, 6th, 7th place are just going to drop out and say to heck with it because I need to get my fantasy football team going. I totally get it. So there are going to be some points out there to get, I think. So these last couple of weeks are like super important because you can move up the standings when people start checking out. So one of the main things that I noticed for next week is the Colorado Rockies. 7 home games for the Colorado Rockies. I love hitters in Colorado. And it's 6 righties, 1 lefty. Miami is the first team coming into town, the Miami Marlins, and they have all righties. And the reason why that's important is because, I 100% go check because, the Vegas over-unders for the Chicago Rocky games in Colorado is 10, 10 and a half, 11. That's just how it is. And when you're talking about teams that hit production, you can't miss out on it. You got to go run, grab it. So I would love to, I'm checking, and this is what I'm doing too. I'm checking every single Fab league I've got. Is Brendan Rodgers available? You know that Brenton Doyle, probably Charlie Blackmon, all those top of the order hitters are probably long gone. Ryan McMahon, stuff like that. But check to see if Brendan Rodgers is available. He actually hits pretty well at home. He plays second base every day. And recently they've been batting him second. Wowzer. Brendan Rodgers hopefully finally coming around. And also check for Nolan Jones. He was only activated a week or two ago, but he's been hitting. He had another good run yesterday. He bats 7th or 8th in the batting order. Not ideal. But Hunter Goodman got sent down. So Nolan Jones is going to play out the rest of the season. Y'all remember last year he had a 2020 season just kind of out of nowhere. He got traded over from the Guardians. So check to see if Nolan Jones, people got disillusioned with him. And I know Mike V, for instance, was a big Nolan Jones fan, but Nolan Jones has done nothing this year. But wouldn't it be great, though, if he just, snatched him now and he goes on some run to kind of save his season? You can see that happening a mile away. So check for Brendan Rodgers, check for Nolan Jones. And here's my Super Sunday sneak attack. So stupid. Super Sunday sleeper of all time. Hyperbola. Yes. Am I being overly dramatic? Also, yes. But I can't help it because I love this play. I'm going to do it in all my leagues. I hope it doesn't crash and burn in my face. But I'm going to go pick up Jake Cave. I'm going to go pick up Jake effing Cave. He's a lefty bat outfielder with the Colorado Rockies. Okay. And you're like, why? What? You know what? That's a great question. Let's say Brandon Rodgers is gone. Nolan Jones is gone. Michael Tolley is gone. You look up and down. There's one guy that's not gone. unless you play with Jake Cave's mother. But Jake Cave is a lefty outfielder for the Rockies. And like I said, their schedule next week at home is 6 righties. And then on the 7th day, they play a lefty. All right. So you're talking 6 righties in a row at home. I would be shocked if Jake Cave didn't play every single day. And here's the thing why it's so off the wall, kind of sleeperish. Nobody's going to pick that dude up. You can get him for $1 or whatever you want. Put him on there. If you're in a daily moves league, just make sure he's in the lineup. He always plays against righties. And yesterday, and I know you can't base future on what happened yesterday, but I'm going to anyway. Who cares? We're going for it. We're going for it. All right. Yesterday, he went 4 for 5. This was, I believe, in New York at the Yankees. So that puts him for 7 home runs for the year, 5 stolen bases with a 256 average. Pretty solid, and he's coming home. He's going to, if he starts every day for the Rockies, I think he's going to be pretty good. And that's just like a total kind of gut call that could 100% blow up. But I really like it because I have to get a piece of the Colorado Rockies this week. Have to. I want to, sure, but I have to. 7 home games playing the Marlins. Oh, baby. Yes. I love it when they play the Marlins. The Marlins are coming into town looking to close out their season, and here we go, Colorado. They were, and for whatever it's worth, too. I mean, they had a pretty decent series in the Yankees. They won yesterday. They got a bunch of hits, and they're hitting, and we'll see what happens. So, as always, look if Charlie Blackmon's going to hit leadoff. If he's on the waiver wire, of course, Brandon Rogers, Nolan Jones, and then if all those guys are gone, just look and grab Jake Cave. You heard it here first. Might be unfortunately, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to go for. So Jake Cave is my super sneaky baby Buddha buttery donuts pick of the day for whatever that's worth. But some other news coming up. Dylan Cruz is being called up on Monday. So the Washington Nationals have this thing and they did it for James Woods where they give notice of the call up, which, I guess is a nice thing to do. So, everybody kind of gets a little buzz building or whatever. So Dylan Cruz was the number 2 overall pick in the 2023 draft. He can play center. He can play right. So you look at, I think the reason why he got called up is because he's having a great month in August. It's over a 900 OPS. And also, rosters are about to expand and they don't have to worry about, they can start his clock now and he'll still be eligible for Rookie of the Year next year. So they bring him up and Alex Call also got injured. So he's going to on the IL. And I don't know if he's going to play again this year, which stinks. Because, man, I picked up Alex Call everywhere. Just it's hard to find somebody that can help batting average, but he did this late in the season. Anyway, so Alex Call's gone. So you've got James Wood in left, Jacob Young in center, and who do you have in right field? If you have to guess, just take a guess. Who does the Washington Nationals play in right field? I'll give you a second. Hold on. Let me take a coffee sip. Oh, so good in the presso. Anyway, Joey Gallo. They play Joey Gallo in right field. He's a lefty back. Cruz is a righty. So I don't know if they're going to platoon with Joey Gallo. He's a free agent at the end of the year, and I know they're just trying to close their season out. So I guess they're going to ease Dylan Cruz in. Is he worth a shot to take? Hell, excuse my French. Heck yeah. Because he's literally the number 2 overall pick. But like we've seen this year, most of these rookie call-ups don't work out. Now, Jackson Merrill worked out. Jackson Churio's working out. I'm not sure. James Wood is coming around, but that's been a process. Remember when James Wood came up? There was a guy in my TGFBI league who hadn't made a single move all year. Not one. He had $1,000 of his Fab budget. And when James Wood came up, that whenever he was available, that his bid on James Wood, his one and only bid of the year, was $800 on James Wood. Now, now, if you have the money, I guess why not? If that's the star you want to hook to, but I don't know if it was worth that. But so yeah, so you just got to. Long story short, you got to be careful. I mean, don't blow whatever's left on your budget for Dylan Cruz. Who knows? Is he going to platoon with Joey Gallo? I don't know. Is he going to play full time? I don't know. Are they just getting him amped up? Getting him acclimated to the big league club? Probably. So I like Dylan Cruz. It's exciting. If I can pick him up, I'm going to. But it's kind of one of those temper the expectations deal. Although it's not fun tempering expectations. What's fun is drinking a bunch of beer and just wiling out. So you got to have somewhere in the middle. But personally, I'm not going to bust the bank for Dylan Cruz. All right, so let's take a quick little pause right there. As you can see, it's just me today. Mike V had a sick child, and so they're trying to deal with that. Peace to you, Mike V. Wish you the best. I hope all is well, my friend. But it's just me today, so we're just kind of running through some Fab picks that I'm picking up personally. These are people that I am, and in all my Fab leagues, I'm putting waterfall bids for these folks because you got Coors Field coming up, and that can swing leads and things of that nature. So I want to get a piece of that. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. We missed last week, and I was it's nice to have a break every now and then, and life happens. But man, I've missed it. So I 100% wanted to hop on and say hello to everybody, all the fine folks here in the chat. So let's take a look, and I'm going to try not to. Mike V is the man that knows all this stuff. Let's see. All right, who we got? There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, and Uncle Ted. I know there's a player, or I could be wrong, actually, but I've kind of seen around Uncle Ted's posts, maybe not on this podcast, but on some other ones. I think there's another player in Washington that he likes that plays third base. And we'll get to him, Uncle Ted, if you don't mind. Or maybe I have. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this. Yes. I swear I didn't see that first. I swear I didn't see it. Jose Tena. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for the Nationals. Yeah, man. I looked him up, Uncle Ted. Last 10 games, 14 hits, a home run, a stolen base, 6 RBI. He has been steadily moving up the lineup. And yesterday, they bat him 5th. And as we always talk about, the higher you bat in the lineup, the more playing time you get, the more play appearances you get, the better your results. Managers don't put bad hitters at the top of the order. They just don't. So him moving up the order is a huge, huge green light, excellent indicator that they like what they see. He's playing well. He's hitting well. So they're going to give him a boost up. So if you have a corner spot and you want a little batting average and some production and you're in a deeper league, Jose Tena, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, apologize. Tena, third baseman for the Nats. He's going to play third base every day for the rest of the year. And he's hitting. He's moving up the batting order. And that is a 100% Uncle Ted call. Great call, Uncle Ted. Thank you for being here. And as always, I would say one of the most gentlemanly gentlemen, unless you're a woman. I apologize. Don't know you personally, but every time Pistol Prescription comes to the chat, always such a wonderfully nice person. Thank you so much for coming up. And yes, let's also shout out Mike V. I have kids, and I've definitely they're a little bit older now. But we did ear infections, daycare when my wife worked, and the surgery with the I hear all that, man. Let me tell you. But good shout out to you, Mike V, and all the Plazo podcast people. Mr. Govey, Big Gentle Ben, Robbie, Sam, all these great folks. Chad always is really cool. So thank you all, everyone, for being here today. We'll get back to it in 1 minute. Thank you, Mike. Shout out to you. Another Uncle Ted, Andre Chaparro. He's been great too. He's been batting DH for the Nationals. Is this a Nationals? This must be a Nationals podcast. I'm into the Nationals. I don't know why. And this is how like simple I am. I love those uniforms with the gray and the cherry blossoms. I'm like, that's. I love that stuff. I was like, that's neat. Oh, and also C.J. Abrams is also like in all my leagues. I hope he's doing okay. It's kind of been up and down. He started out hot, but. Uncle Ted, Talia Talia hit another home run yesterday. Thank you, Uncle Ted. Yeah, Talia's been a big Palazzo guy around here. We talk about a bunch. Mike Talia for the Rockies, first base eligible, outfield eligible. He's hit 20 home runs for the year, and nobody drafted Michael Talia. Hell, why the hell would you? Would you, Talia? Would you? Yeah, but you've gotten 21 home runs like off the waiver wire, and he had like and I know this yesterday because I watched a little bit of the Yankees, and they put up a little stat about Mike Talia for the Colorado Rockies. Like he's like at an 18-game on base streak, which for a rookie is great. His batting average isn't good, but I don't care. No, that's not true. I care, but if it's like 220-ish, you're not killing me. And you're producing otherwise, like he's just going to get better. So let's see here. Next one. There he is again. Uncle Ted, what's up? Rogers has been solid all year. Exactly. Let's see. Pistol. Uncle Ted, would you drop Holiday for Perdomo or Tena? You're not asking me, Pistol, but and I don't know what Uncle Ted thinks, but I would 100% drop Jackson Holiday for Perdomo. Perdomo's been hot. Tena's been hot. I'm just going to keep saying Tena. I hope that, or Tena. Maybe that's it. Tena for Jose Tena for the Washington Nationals. So yeah, I would pick him up for Tena first, and Perdomo's been hot too. So yeah, I would drop Holiday for either one of those. Not that you asked, but that's just for whatever that's worth. That's just my opinion. All right, we got Nolan Jones. Heck yeah, Nolan Jones. All right, I'm ready for. I'm rooting for Nolan Jones. Really, he had that huge leap forward last year, 2020, out of nowhere. Didn't do great at Cleveland, then came over and then did great. Exceeded anyone's possible expectations, but he did it. And there were some indicators too that it was kind of smoke and mirror stuff, and then he had a tough start to the season. He had a back injury, all that kind of stuff. But he looks good to go now. So I hope the next couple months are a Nolan Jones redemption story. I really, really hope he does well. Let's see here. Fantasy football dude. What's up, fantasy football dude? Do you have any fantasy football? I'm in one I like fantasy football. I'm in one league, and it's the league that I've been in with my friends from college. It started literally in like 2003 with our buddies from college. And since 2003, so what are we talking about? 21 years? In 21 years, I've won that league once. Once. And that was like in 2020, that was like in 2005 or something. A long time ago, a series of, I don't know if failure is the right word, but lack of success for sure. So I may need some help from fantasy football, dude. All right. So he says Cave has actually been on the score sheet consistently. I understand what you're saying. I'm thinking of Osvaldo Bido. I love you bring up Osvaldo Bido. And he is my number 2 starting pitching pickup for the week. Say that 10 times fast. No thanks. I don't think I could. Yeah, Osvaldo. This is a great call, fantasy football dude. Osvaldo Bido. So you're like Star Wars villain? No. Oakland Athletics starting pitcher. Osvaldo Bido, Bido. Fantasy football dude spelled it correctly right there on the screen for you. Osvaldo Bido, 3 wins in his last 4 starts with a 1.17 ERA, 23 innings pitched, 23 Ks, a strikeout per inning dude. And as Football Dude brings up, his next 2 are the Mariners and the Tigers. I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Oakland can win games. Mason Miller's back, so if they get a lead, maybe he can hang on to it. I really like Osvaldo Bido for the Oakland A's starting pitcher. He's been hot. He's been one of the hotter pitchers out there, and so go pick him up and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I mean, the Mariners can't hit anybody, so I don't think you just. There's risk with every start, but versus the Mariners and the Tigers, I mean, you got a pretty good shot at a couple wins right there. And Oakland, they cooled down from last month, but they're still playing well. So I love that. That he's my number 2 pickup for the week. My number 1 pickup, and it's going to be everybody's number 1 pickup, Bowden Francis for the Blue Jays. I really, this is going to sound really selfish and immature, but I really wish he didn't almost do that no-hitter yesterday, because now it's just he's on everybody's radar. Not that he wasn't before, I get it, but yeah, Bowden Francis, everybody's going to try to pick him up. I hope I'm going to put the best bid I can, and based on what Fab I have left, and hope for the best. But Bowden Francis, yeah, I mean, he's just been super, super hot, super solid. Looked great yesterday. This is Bowden Francis for the Blue Jays. And he's interesting, too, because, he secured an opening day place in the starting rotation because his spring training was awesome. And then things went haywire, as they do, as many young players do in MLB. But now he's back, and he has been great. Not good, great. So I think he's definitely worth an add. So his next, I didn't write down his next start here, unfortunately, but yeah, he literally went into the 9th inning, and then unfortunately he gave up a hit. But anyway, long story short, it doesn't matter. All we need to know is that he's looking great. He's looks like he's made the leap. Bowden Francis for the Blue Jays. I'm trying to get him. There's a good chance I'm not going to get him because he just almost threw a no-hitter yesterday. And there are people that have more Fab than me, but I'm putting bids on him. And then Osvaldo Bido is my number 2 guy. And we'll get to my number 3 pitcher here in a second, but let's go ahead and start scrolling through and see if I can see if I can not close it out. Let's see, my friend Uncle Ted here is talking about his guy Jose Tena, or Tina. I say Tina. When I think of Tina, I think of did y'all see that movie Napoleon Dynamite? With the llama. Tina, eat your food. So Jose Tena is a lefty power hitting third with speed. There's literally nothing better in fantasy than a third lefty with speed. There you go. You heard it here first. I wish I could take credit for that, but this is all Uncle Ted's call. This is a great call. Jose Tena for the Nats. He's going to play third base every day for the Nats. And I looked him up, and I was like, I wonder, because I've never heard of him. And I was like, I wonder where he came from, what the deal is. And so I pulled out the old Baseball HQ fantasy, minor league prognosticator, forecaster, whatever. What's a prognosticator? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so I was looking, and I looked him up, and it was like no stats on minor leagues. Apparently, but he comes from the Dominican Republic. So anyway, so that's what I know about Jose Tena. I know he came over from the Dominican Republic, and I know that he's playing for the Nats and that he's hitting. So I guess that's as far back as I can go. Let's see if Uncle Ted knows more. I bet he does. Tena had 3 hits with a home run last night. Yes. And he's not being that much talked about because the CBS podcasts, they don't record on the weekends, I don't think. So this has gone largely unnoticed in the mainstream, rates and barrels. Maybe they talk about it, I don't know. But so there's a good chance he's out there. And you heard it from Uncle Ted to go pick up Jose Tena. I think that's a great call. Love that. Let's see. Mike. What up, Mike? Would you drop Calvin Foucher or Fauché if y'all fancy? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Or Jeff Hoffman for Porter Hodge. I would drop Hoffman for Porter Hodge. I would hang on to Calvin Foucher. I do like picking up, Porter Hodge. He's on everybody's hot list there. So definitely, I would drop either one of them for Porter Hodge, but I would probably prefer Hoffman since they traded for Estevez, and Estevez is going to close out games for Philly. But yeah, I think Porter Hodge is definitely a pickup. All right. Let's see. Uncle Ted's weighing in on this. Yes, on both for Porter Hodge. Hodge is fire. Porter Hodge. Interesting name. Not that I can say anything about names or anything, but Porter Hodge. All right. I like Porter Hodge. Like hodgepodge. Let's see. Mike, thoughts on DJ Gers? I think that's DJ Hers. He's a starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals. I've got DJ Hers in a couple of keeper leagues. Like he was the guy that looks like Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad. That character. I can't remember his name on the show, but he was just this crazy weirdo. Not that DJ Hers is a crazy weirdo, but he looks just like the actor Jesse Plemons. Anyway, so DJ Hers had 10 Ks, 12 Ks, and back-to-back starts, then got beat up a little bit. But he's got the stuff, and I like DJ Hers. I'm in all my auto new keeper leagues. I have DJ Hers, and I'm hanging on to him. I paid way too much for him too. I may have gone a little overboard, but yeah, I'm in DJ Hers. I like him better than Mackenzie Gore, that's for sure. All right, Uncle Ted. Adrian Del Castillo is a lefty slugging catcher, the most valuable in fantasy. Get him now and start him. Yes, 100% behind that. Adrian Del Castillo is the starting catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He got called up when Gabriel Moreno got injured. He's been lights out great. He's been great. Now, the only issue is, when does Moreno come back? I have no idea. I haven't looked it up. I do have Adrian Del Castillo in one of my Fab auction leagues. I picked him up a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't be more excited. It's a 2-catcher league, one of those NFBC leagues. So I couldn't have been more happy. Yeah, but if he's out there, even in a 1-catcher league, are you dropping Ryan Jeffers? Yeah, I guess. If it's a 12-team 1-catcher league, I might do that. But in a 2-catcher league, yeah, you got to find a way to get Adrian Del Castillo. I have in one league, I have JT Realmuto, who was really hot yesterday. It's been a slow year, but finally he's coming around. And Ryan Jeffers, and I would drop Ryan Jeffers to pick up Adrian Del Castillo in that league. Luckily, I have him, but so I've got 3 of those guys. But let's take a look here. Star Platinum, what up, Star Superstar? Tommy Pham getting more playing time with Contreras down. Very interesting. Tommy Pham, man, he's his own man. He's interesting. I really like him a lot. Yeah, Contreras going down, man, what a bummer that was. So if you need to pick up a player, I think Adrian Del Castillo is great for that. Star also says Santiago Espinal getting regular playing time. Yes, absolutely. That's a great call. There are lots of interesting players to discuss, and y'all are bringing up some really interesting names. Santiago Espinal. What does Uncle Ted have to say about Santiago Espinal? That reminds me of Carmen Santiago. Am I too old? Do y'all remember that game? Where in the world is Carmen Santiago? Heimer Candelario went down. So Santiago Espinal is a super sneaky ad. Man, this is why I absolutely love the Palazzo Fabulous Waiver Wire chat show. And shout out Mike V. If y'all didn't know, Mike V couldn't be here today. He's got a sick kid, so he's got to take care of family business. But this is why I love it, because these chatters are so smart. They bring up these great names: Jose Tena, Santiago Espinal, just kind of like these sneaky super players that are really going to help down the road. Uncle Ted's got another one for us. Austin Martin, yes, for the Minnesota Twins. He's been on fire. Let's see. We got another one here. What do you say? There's Star James Wood just scored. There's a game going on right now. I love Sundays. Chat show, my was where my heart is. But I love the chat show. And then you get all these early games, like boom, right off the bat. Games all down the line. I think I'm supposed to do something this afternoon. I think there's a kid's birthday party or something. So we'll have to see. But other than that, I'm with you guys. I'm just watching baseball all day. I can't wait. Let's see. Pistol, thank you so much. Thank you, Britton. I'm just another guy from New York City. What up, New York City? I've been in New York City. I went there once to visit a friend of mine. It was during St. Patrick's Day. This was pre-COVID, so it's been a while. But a friend of mine lived up there, and so a bunch of guys that we were friends with in college, we went up there just for some random. It was a random St. Patrick's Day weekend, and went up there. Never been to New York before. I rode on the subway. I was hanging out at all these great New York City bars, and we just had a blast. I can't wait to go back. So shout out New York City, city that never sleeps. Draft Gibbs round 1, King Henry round 2, then NTN. So fantasy football guy, what do you think? Gibbs first round. So your 3 running backs back to back to back. What if it's a PPR league? You got to change all that strategy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. I mean, I guess in the fantasy football draft, you just look at your ADP, right? And see what happens. But all right, I'm going to write down those players. I mean, I've heard of them. Obviously, I'm not a super fantasy football guy, but all right, Gibbs, King Henry, ATN. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on those guys, and of course, I know Derrick Henry as a Tennessee fan. So I'm assuming. So he's with the Baltimore. I almost said Baltimore Orioles. He's with the Baltimore Ravens now. So he's going to have a good season. Get on that 5-yard line and just pound King Henry. He's going to score 10 touchdowns in this year. You just know he will. I wish him the best. Good luck to you, King. Oh, Pistol Rex, thank you so much for the kind words. Tolia, a Britton call. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Very, very nice. Pistol goes on to say, Bido, great call. Yes. Great call from fantasy football, dude. Apparently, you're also good at fantasy baseball, dude, because Osvaldo Bido for the Oakland, and I know we've already gone through it, but I can't stop. 3 wins in the last 4 with a 1.17 ERA. What? And I didn't write the teams down, but these, I recall these weren't like pushovers. 23 innings pitched, 23 Ks, 100%. Bowden Francis, you got to try. Osvaldo Bido, I think you've got to try. At least keep away from the other teams, even if you're stacked. Another guy, too, I was looking at. Y'all let me know if you're into this or not. Zebby Matthews, all right, for the Twins. He got called up. He's made 2 starts, and there's all this buzz. First of all, his name is Zebby, which is cool as shit, frankly. So, which means nothing. But so anyway, 2 starts. He went 5 innings in both starts, gave up 2 earned runs in both starts. And one, he had 5 Ks, and one, he had 1 K. All right. So, if he goes 5 innings, he can still get a win. The Twins are a good team. So there's something there. And, it's his first 2 starts. What do you expect? So Zebby Matthews for the Twins is my 3rd pickup. So it's going to go Bowden Francis, Osvaldo Bido, and then Zebby Matthews. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree, if there's any other starting pitchers out there. I mean, it's tough out there. I mean, we got like 5 weeks left, so we're going to see what happens. Let me talk about another hitter, a couple hitters too. And let's see how we doing on time here. I have no idea. Oh, it's all right. All right. So Xavier Edwards. I picked up Xavier Edwards in a couple leagues for stolen bases, runs. He was batting at the top of the Miami Marlins lineup. Well, he's injured. So that's a bummer. So now I'm going to drop Xavier Edwards, who is a full-time shortstop for Miami Marlins, batting leadoff, stealing bases. Kind of a John Birdie type stolen base threat. I was excited about it because I've got a couple leagues where 4 stolen bases here or there will move you up. So they called up, so now the full-time starting shortstop is Vidal Brujan, Brujan, who's going to start shortstop. And like I said, and the reason why he's on my radar is I don't think he's as good as Xavier Edwards, but he does steal bases. He does score runs. He's, at least when I was looking at him in NFBC, he's eligible at outfield, third base, short, and second base, which is important because, I mean, injuries are, I know we only got 5 weeks, but injuries are going to happen. Excuse me. And if you need to fill a spot, this is a guy that's going to play full time. I'm not saying he's going to be Xavier Edwards, but he could just slot right up there, in the leadoff position and just go for it. Plus, as we said at the beginning of the show, Marlins have 4 games at Coors, and Coors, I like that both ways. So Vidal Brujan for the Miami Marlins with Xavier Edwards injured. I like him as a sneaky shortstop. MI pickup for stolen bases, runs, 4 games at Coors. I like that too. Another player I was looking at, and Michael Govier put him on the front, Joey Loperfido for the Blue Jays. Now, you'll remember Joey Loperfido was with the Houston Astros and started out in AAA banging home runs at an alarming, crazy rate. He went like a 10-game home run streak. It was bonkers, power, nuts. So they ended up calling him up. It was a disaster. Couldn't hit anything, getting fooled, chase rate, all that kind of stuff. Then he got traded to the Blue Jays. The Astros traded Joey Loperfido to the Blue Jays. Now Joey Loperfido is an everyday left fielder, and he's been super hot. It's been a while, but he's hot now. And as we always say, carpe diem. Eat your beignets, because I don't know if there's a tomorrow. So let's get him now. Joey Loperfido for the Blue Jays, last 3 games. Listen to this. And I'm not sure if this counts for yesterday. 2 triples, a home run, and a double. So we're talking, he hits the ball hard. He's getting on base. He's coming around a little bit. A sneaky pick, Joey Loperfido for the Blue Jays. He's going to play every day, too, in left field for the Blue Jays. I really like him. Let me know if anyone else is on the Joey Loperfido train. Maybe it's just, like first impressions, right? My first impression of Joey Loperfido was hitting the S out of baseballs in AAA. So I think so that's imprinted in my brain, right? So I'm just kind of looking for an excuse. Not that he's been doing it lately, but I'm just looking for a reason to go back and pick him up and say, he's going to be awesome. Joey Loperfido. I like him as a spec out. I would pick up, and y'all let me know if y'all think this is crazy or not. I would pick up Joey Loperfido before Dylan Cruz. I would. Would I pick up Joey Loperfido before Jake Cave? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, baby. I'd have to have a heart-to-heart with myself on that one. But I like Joey Loperfido. Ride that hot streak. We're riding hot streaks. It's a sprint. Like we've been running down the New York Marathon. Shout out Pistol. We're running the New York Marathon. We're getting close. All we need is that last extra boost to get us to the finish line. So we're going to squeeze all the juice that's hot and let the chips fall where they may. Because some of your league mates are just going to fall off. Like if you're in 12th place, you're not making moves. You don't care. You've moved on. You're looking at King Henry in the second round. That's what those people are thinking about. So Joey Loperfido could be one of those players that just gets hot and you just ride that wave, So especially if you're like me and you're like I lost this week, like Ryan Mountcastle, he's hurt. Alex Call, he went on the IL. I mean, I got to replace all these players, and hopefully some of these players y'all will take a look at too. All right, let's hit back the chat. Let me see. Hey, look who's here. Hang on. Hey, look, there he is. My friend, the man, the myth, Mike VA. Thanks for covering for me, Britton. Absolutely, my friend. You take it easy. We've all been there with the sick kid. I didn't know exactly how it feels. No worries whatsoever. And look, here again, the gentleman. Hello, Mike VA. Hope everything goes well. Yes, shout out. Let's see. Mike VA is here. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Ryan Wilson and Spencer Arrighetti are my top 2 ads this week. You guys have a good rest of day. Enjoy this beautiful man. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I did actually take a shower this morning, so I am feeling extra clean. Yeah, it's amazing what a shower will do for you. You know, you just get all shampooed up, and pretty as a picture. All right, Mike VA, have a great day. Mike VA says Ryan Nelson, starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, and Spencer Arrighetti. Man, Arrighetti's been literally like the dice roll. Like you're at the craps table, and you got the dice. You know, all your money's on the numbers. I really don't know how to play craps, but man, you're just rolling the dice, and he's been great lately. I really like Spencer Arrighetti. Who would you take in the chat? Uncle Ted, Mike, anybody? Would you pick up Ryan Nelson, Spencer Arrighetti, Bowden Francis, Osvaldo Bido? Does anybody have an order that they would put those in? See, I kind of assume that both these Nelson and Arrighetti have already been picked up. So obviously there's going to be, every league's different. Yahoo, Fantrax, whatever it is. But but yeah, I agree with Mike V 100%. I like all these guys. Spencer Arrighetti can really rack up the Ks. All right, let's keep taking a look. Uncle Ted is still dropping knowledge bombs. What's he saying? Tyler Holton is awesome AF and must add in Roto. Tyler Holton, says Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted is very rarely wrong. And when I say very rarely, I mean I can't think of any time he's been wrong. So listen to Uncle Ted. Tyler Holton is a must add. Let's see. Let's do it. Okay, hang on. Here we got a question. What up, Iwi Week 2E? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Would you drop any of Will Smith, Lux, Neto, Abrams, Adolis, Burger? My boy Jake Burger, give me that delicious burger. If when I think of a delicious burger, I think of 2 burgers, right? You've got that cheddar maple, burger, like the with the barbecue sauce on it and the bacon cheddar barbecue sauce burger. Okay, you got that. And then if you're, feeling you want to go a little contrarian, like I do, you get the Swiss mushroom burger. Ho! I am a fan of the mushroom. I like mushrooms on pizza. I like mushrooms on burger. I like the stuffed mushroom. I like shrooms. I'm just kidding. My shroom days are over. But anyway, long story short. So, would you drop? You can't drop Gavin Lux. Look, personal feelings aside, he's been one of the hottest players in baseball. So my friend Week, you can't drop Lux. You got to hang on to Lux. I personally would Will Smith. I could drop Will Smith. I definitely want McCarthy and Tena. So Jake McCarthy and Jose Tena. I would drop Will Smith, and I could drop Neto. I'd hang on to Adolis. I'd hang on to Berger. I'd hang on to CJ Abrams. But yeah, I could let Will Smith go. I could let him go. It's obviously it depends on the league, but man, he's just having a down year, and a talented player, but down year. Yeah, go get that hotness. Go get that hotness. All right. Next up, what up, Star? Good to see you again. Hunter to the IL. Here we go. That's some news, breaking news. I didn't know that. Hunter Renfroe had been playing right field for the Kansas City Royals all year, but apparently Star says on the IL, the Darius Blanco, he got in a little bit of trouble the other day. I don't know that he's going to be punished for it, but he was on second, 2 outs with Bobby Witt coming to bat. And for some reason, Blanco, and I know, look, he's being aggressive, trying to make it happen, tried to steal third, got picked off, end of inning. Now, why you're trying to steal a base, why you're trying to steal third when you've got Bobby Witt at the plate, I don't know. But I bet his manager wasn't super happy. But I like Darius Blanco, so yeah. If Hunter Renfroe is on the IL, I like Darius Blanco. I hope he doesn't. I hope the manager doesn't get him in trouble for that play, but we'll see. All right. Oh, look who's here. B. Henny. What up, man? Late to the live. What's up? Good to see you, B. Henny. Thank you for being here. Always great to see you, my friend. Jamie Alous. So would we replace JD Martinez? Ooh. Now this is a great question. This is kind of like one of those like questions that really people have, like this comes up, like totally see this. Would you replace JD Martinez or Cal Raleigh with Del Castillo? I won't replace Cal Raleigh. He leads the league from catchers and home runs. I'm hanging on to Cal Raleigh. He's going to bat third, and I know it's the Mariners, but they tend to play better at home, and they're at home right now, I believe. So I'm keeping Cal Raleigh. JD Martinez, I don't give a sugar about. I have no problem getting rid of JD Martinez for Del Castillo. That's just my opinion. If y'all have any other opinions, please let me know. God, we're just big day Adrian Del Castillo fans here at Plaza Podcast. Now, Michael Govier was on him like a month ago, so that's where I just picked up what Michael Govier was laying down. But yeah, he's a big favorite here. All right, Uncle Ted. Oh, here we go. King Henry, 2,000 yards. Jamal Lewis style. What up, Jamal Lewis? Go Vols. I remember you, 1998, Jamal Lewis. Yeah, King Henry is going to have a good year this year. And nobody wants him because, he's probably all old and busted up. And, he had good seasons at Tennessee, but, nothing crazy. But, yeah, he's a great – so here's my strategy, courtesy Uncle Ted. So unless, like, who's the guy in Atlanta, the Robinson? If I can get Robinson, that's great. But or McCaffrey, obviously. But other than that, I don't want any other like first round running back, right? I think that's. I'm gonna hold on. See, now I'm having like this Uncle Ted epiphany here. So I'm just, yeah. Breece Hall, no. Like I know anything about Breece Hall. No. Okay. What do you know about Breece Hall? Nothing. Okay. Sounds good. Well-informed opinion. Sorry, we're going down fantasy football here. So yeah, I'm doing a wide receiver in the first round, and that's unless I can get McCaffrey or Robinson. All right, I'm sorry. I know, but I think I have like my fantasy football draft this week. I need to start figuring out what the hell's going on. All right, thank you, Uncle Ted, for the knowledge. It looks like Raleigh's a top 5 catch. Yeah, Cal Raleigh is just too good. I can't. I think you got to hang on to him. Anthony, what up, man? Cutter Crawford been sitting on my AL only bench. He was great early on, and after All-Star break, he has been different. Yeah, he hit the wall. He had some really good starts pre All-Star break, but man, it's a long season, isn't it? All right, let's see. Uncle Ted says add Rasmussen, Drew Rasmussen. He's back. He's still an ace. Even if he's in the pen right now, elite starter stuff. Yes, I was so bummed out last year. And I'm not going to say all leagues, but in many leagues, I wanted Jeffrey Springs and Drew Rasmussen. And I rode those guys, and then they both got hurt, and my teams tanked. It was so sad. But yeah, I'm a huge Drew Rasmussen fan. As a matter of fact, I even have my Drew Rasmussen card. Oh, I also have my Cal. Hey, in full disclosure, that I like Cal Raleigh for a lot of reasons, and it could be because I have his autographed Bowman first 137 of 499. So full disclosure, I may be a little Cal Raleigh biased. That's no doubt about that. But anyway, yeah. So Drew Rasmussen, he's a great ad. Even if he does come off the pen, he's great for ratios. Yeah, I like him. Let's see what Michael says. Zebby is going. Yes, agreed. I need somebody on my team named Zebby, just on general principle. That's what I think. To heck with right or wrong. It's not like I know the difference anyway. All right. Let's see. Hold on. We have a little bit more fantasy football knowledge drop. Uncle Ted. Cade Stover is this year's Jake Ferguson. I don't know who any of those people are. Gronk is ridiculous and a must draft with your last pick. Thank me later. All right, Cade Stover. Again, writing this stuff down. Fantasy. This is the dual threat. You get the fantasy baseball information, and then Uncle Ted, because we all got drafts coming up, I'm sure, probably this week. So we got some good sleepers, all kinds of sleepers. I wonder if talking about fantasy football will bump up our ratings or whatever. Fantasy football just dominates the world, Yeah, like like the CBS fantasy football gets like 10,000 downloads or something like that. Just crazy good. But man, I'll tell you what, football's number one. Did y'all watch the college game yesterday? I watched Florida State and Georgia Tech. Thank you for covering Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech actually ended up winning too, believe it or not. And it was in Ireland, and the Georgia Tech kicker is from Ireland. That was interesting. So good job, Georgia Tech. All right. Let's take a few more. I think we're coming up on about an hour, so we'll take a few more. Hey, fantasy. Hey, this is a people-driven podcast, live chat. So if y'all want to talk fantasy football, be my guest because I don't know what the hell I'm. Let's see. Anthony's got us some fantasy football. I like Chase Brown, Tajay Spears. That's right. Go Titans. Jaden Daniels and Jaden Reed. Oh, these are all good sleepers. I like Tajay Spears too, and I know a little bit about it because he's a Titan. So I think like they just signed Pollard, I believe. So you got Tony Pollard, but I think Tajay Spears, it's going to be a true committee. So and you can get Tajay Spears. I'm sure. Is somebody drafted Tajay Spears? I don't know. But I definitely like Tajay Spears as a good flyer. I have no idea who Chase Brown is. But good luck to Chase here. All right. Let's see what else we got. My man Star. Hey, how come Raleigh didn't sign at Big Dumper? That's a great question. I think when he was a rookie, he wasn't into the Big Dumper thing just yet. I think that came a little bit later. I could be wrong. He could be Big Dumper from Double A or Triple A or whatever, but I don't know. I don't think he was the Big Dumper just yet because I got that when he was a rookie, and now he's like the team captain. I mean, he's just a cool dude. All right, Uncle Ted's got a little more fantasy football knowledge. Rico Dowdle, love you, Rico. Zach Moss, Kimani Vidal, Jonathan Brooks are must drafts for me. Rico Dowdle from the Cowboys, right? Yep. I think he played at Mississippi State. I could be wrong about that. All right. Zach Moss for the Bengals. Kimani Vidal, no idea. Jonathan Brooks, no idea. Uncle Ted, you know what's funny? I'm going to have to replay this once we get off the live chat. I'm going to have to go back and like screenshot these. I can't. I was like, I can't remember all this. Ray Davis, Will Shipley, Audrey Anthony, Blake Watson. Wow. Hey, oh, look who's back here. Britton hit a 4-game parlay, hit him hard. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, good job, Mike V. Unfortunately, after getting hot for a couple weeks, have since turned not hot. I had some Dodgers bet last night that I needed them to win by 2 or something. I don't even think they won. I don't know what happened, but my Colts, let me tell you, just between us, my cold streak in DraftKings has hit it to a point where I got an email the other day from DraftKings saying, just wanted to remind you it's important to have a budget. You're on a cold streak when DraftKings says, hey, you may want to take it easy there, pal. True story. I was like, yeah, what goes up must come down, right, fellas? I hear you. Mike V, take that 700, put it in your pocket, and don't look back. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for being here. All right, gentlemen. Oh, look, hold on. Jordan Love is my backup round 8. Favre and Rodgers both had career years. Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. Love that too. There's a Packers wide receiver that I really like too. What's his name? I know this because I had him last year for injuries. I want to say his last name's Melton, maybe. Melton. I can't remember. I don't think he's a starter. So this probably means nothing. But yeah, I remember last year I had one start with a guy named Melton for the Green Bay Packers. I literally just did one of these and picked him off the waiver wire, and he had a great game. This is towards the end of the season. Anyway, all right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you so much for coming to the live cast. It was a ton of fun, and it was a ton of fun because y'all showed up with questions, fantasy football action. We did talk some, believe it or not, we did talk some fantasy baseball. I'll just do it real quick to recap, and then everybody have a great day. But 7 games at Coors, 7 games, Colorado Rockies, over-unders, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5. You got to get a piece of that. Check your waiver wire to see if Brandon Rogers, Michael Talia, I would assume he's picked up, but Mike Talia, Brandon Rogers, Nolan Jones has been hot. And my super sneaky pick of the week, Jake Cave. Yeah. Hey, let's burn it down, baby. Jake Cave, lefty bat. He went 4 for 5 yesterday. He's going home. He's going to play against all these righties coming up. 7 home games, 6 righties, 1 lefty. And that lefty comes at the 7th game. So 6 righties to start out with. Let's go, Jake Cave. I don't know if I'm ever going to live that one down, but we'll see. All right, so I also like Vidal Brujan for the Miami Marlins. He's taken over Xavier Edwards' shortstop space. Like I said, the Marlins are going to Coors, so let's see what happens. If you need stolen bases, runs, I like Brujan. He was a pretty big time prospect for the Rays, I think. I don't know. He's got a shot now with Xavier Edwards. So if you need a middle spot, I like Vidal Brujan for the Miami Marlins going to Coors. Joey Loperfido, we talked about. He's been hot, super hot. He plays for the Blue Jays. He's going to play left field every single day. Last 3 games, 2 triples, a home run, a double. He's been hitting the ball hard. He started off the year hitting bombs in AAA. Let's hope that he just keeps hitting up in the majors to close it out. I like Joey Loperfido for the Blue Jays a lot. Dylan Cruz is being called up on Monday. I really like Dylan Cruz. He's fun. He's a 2nd overall pick in 2023. But is he going to platoon with Joey Gallo? I don't know. Would they do that? I don't know. So, I wouldn't break the banks on Dylan Cruz, but I've definitely put him in your waterfall to see what happens. And the Uncle Ted special pick of the day. Actually, Uncle Ted had a bunch of good picks, but Jose Tena of the Nationals, who I believe is playing right now. Last 10 games, 14 hits. 1 home run, 1 stolen base, 6 RBI. And one of the most important things about that is not only is he hitting, but as a result, he's moving up the lineup. And he's going to keep moving up the lineup if he keeps hitting because, I'm not a baseball manager, but even I know you put your best hitters 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on speed and stuff like that. So, Uncle Ted, you heard it here. Jose Tena for the Nats is another player. As far as pitchers go that we want, Mike V had some great picks. He said Ryan Nelson and Spencer Arangetti. I would think that those guys have already been picked up, but if not, definitely go grab those dudes. And I personally am going after Bowden Francis. He had the no-hitter, almost had the no-hitter yesterday, so everybody's going to be on him, but you know what? Maybe not, depending on, fantasy football stuff. And Osvaldo Bido from Planet Tatooine, shout out Star Wars, Osvaldo Bido, he's been great. There's no other way to put it. He's had last 4 games, 3 wins with a 1.17 ERA. Oh, sugar. So you know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to rush out, grab him, put him in my lineup, say a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and then he's going to get blown up. But I don't care. I'm taking the shot. Osvaldo Bido for the Oakland A's. Next 2 games, Mariners and Tigers. Let's do it, Osvaldo. Put down your saber. All right, Osvaldo Bido. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're about an hour. I really appreciate it. Shout out Mike V, Michael Govier, all the Palazzo friends, Sam, Robbie, Ben. There is going to be speaking of Robbie and Ben, the prospect show tomorrow, Monday night. Please check it out. Please check your Twitter and follow us if you can. If you're into not Twitter, if you're into the X, I'm pretty sure. Please follow me. It's just my name, Britton Allan, Britton Allan. And if you have a minute and you don't mind, if you could go to our YouTube page and hit subscribe, that would be great. Or if you could like it, that would be really nice too. And always, if you're like, listen to one of the podcasts, scroll down and you hit the stars and the 5-star button too for the podcast. That would be awesome. Really appreciate it. Thank you again. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody showing up. It has been a blast taking questions, getting some fantasy baseball knowledge, getting some fantasy football knowledge. I am droning on, and now I am going to stop. Long goodbyes. Not going to. All right. See you guys. Thank you, everybody.